All right, welcome to lab number 6 of AI-102. This is the second lab in the natural language processing learning path. And this lab is called Create a Question Answering Solution. So what we're going to do here is basically create a frequently asked questions kind of knowledge base, and then use natural language processing to answer questions from users based on the information therein. And again, we're going to need a language resource for this. So we're not going to use the multi-service account. And this time when we create the language resource, we actually also create a Azure AI search resource, right? So over here under select additional features, we want the custom question answering part, right? So this will actually also provision Azure AI search. And then let's select the resource group, region name. For pricing, we're going to go with the cheapest, free. And then you see here that we actually have a separate part for search. I'm going to use the same region here, and we're happy with free tier for that one as well. And then we need to remember to click on this check. All right, let's create this. All right, so that's created. If we go over to our language resource, then there isn't very much that we can do here. Basically what it says is go over to Language Studio. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, then we need to sign in again. Get rid of the extra stuff here. And now let's select our subscription. And then it'll find the language resource that we have created right here. So let's use that one. So here we are in Language Studio. Let's go under Create New and find the custom question answering option. Okay, here we are. Let's just choose the language setting separately for each project. Doesn't really matter. We're just going to do this one. Our project name here could be Learn Frequently Asked Questions. So we're going to have frequently asked questions, and we're going to put stuff from Microsoft Learn into the index. The language is going to be English. And then the default answer, if no answer is found, is going to be, sorry, I don't understand the question, right? Good. So let's create. So here in the menu, you can see how the process goes roughly from top to bottom. And we start by adding sources. There is a standard kind of editorial source always existing for our manual data that we just put in here. But we actually want to use a URL as the source. And that URL is going to be the Microsoft Learn Frequently Asked Questions page, right? So add the URL here. wait for a while. So here you can now see the learn fact page being a source. Let's add another source, chit chat. And so chit chat basically adds some basic questions and answers to the database, and then we can select the tone basically here. So let's go with friendly. So now we have two sources here. So next up, let's go and edit the knowledge base. So here you can see the question answer pairs that come from the chit chat already. Let's add a manual question and answer. So the source here would be from the frequently asked questions, and the question could be, what are Microsoft credentials? And the answer would be Microsoft credentials enable you to validate and prove your skills with Microsoft technologies. All right. So here you can see the question page now. Now note that we can have this notion of alternate questions, right? So these are differently worded questions that should result in the same answer. Okay, so let's just kind of add one. And this could be something like, how can I demonstrate my Microsoft technology skills, right? So it gives the same answer, but it's a totally different question. So it's not just a simple variation of the original question. We can also add a follow-up prompt down here. Down here we have a section for follow-up prompts. And these make sense if there could be kind of a defining return question. So in this prompt, we could use something like learn more about credentials, right? So if the user is interested in this, and then we create a link to a new pair here, and then add, you can learn more about credentials on the Microsoft credentials page. And we only want to show this answer within the context of the original question. All right. So this is okay now. We need to save. And then we can go to the next step. So basically over here, we can test our QA pairs. This is not yet from a deployed model. This is just kind of a simulated environment. So let's put something in here like hello. And now this is chit chat stuff, right? So it should give us the a nice answer like hi. And then if we ask, what is Microsoft Learn? Now it should give us something from the frequently asked questions. Provide role and product focused documentation, hands-on training and certifications to help you get the most from Microsoft products. It's pretty good. And then, you could say thanks again. And then there should be some chit chat coming back. You are welcome. And then if we ask, tell me about Microsoft credentials, this should give us back our answer. Yeah, may enable you to validate and prove your skills with Microsoft technologies. And then there is this follow-up link that will then give us the information that we gave it just a minute ago. So it seems to be working. So to make this actually available, we go to the next step of the process here. So we're deploying the knowledge base, and just click on deploy, and then again deploy. All right, it seems to be deployed. So what we need is the prediction URL here. That's going to be our endpoint. And you can see there's even a sample request with curl. Okay, so next let's write some code. Yay! So we've already cloned the language AI repo as given in the instructions. Then we're gonna go into the 02 Q&A folder, and we're gonna start off with the C# version. So I think I need to first install the specific SDK for using the question and answering service. So .NET add package. It's going to be azure.ai.language.question answering. There we go. Then as normal, we can go and take a look at the app settings. So figure out the endpoint and key. So maybe easiest to find that would be from the learning resource over here. Remember, here on the left-hand side, under resource management, you have the keys and endpoint option. So we have a key right here. Let's put that in. And then we have our endpoint, this one. All right, and then our project name is going to be Learn FAQ. I think that was correct. And the deployment name is going to be Production. This is our resource here. If we go there, we can see that project name is Learn, and then the deployment name is Production. Okay, cool. So let's use those. Save this. Then let's take a look at the code. Okay, so we need to start by adding the namespaces. So let's just use Azure for the connectivity stuff, and then specifically azure.ai.language. That's done. Let's go to the main function. So here you can see that we're loading the configuration from app settings again. Then we need to create a client. Okay. So first the credentials. New Azure key credential, and then the variable was AI service key. And then the URI. Oops. Endpoint. AI service. Oops. Service. And then we can create the client. And that was supposed to be question answering client. We call it AI client. And we got one that takes the URI endpoint, yeah. And then the credentials. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. So then let's go onwards. Submit a question and display the answer. Okay. So user question, right? And then let's do it like a while true. And then let's ask the user for a question. And then let's put that into the variable. Like that. Maybe let's give the user a possibility to quit. Break. Put that here. Okay, then we need the question answering project reference. Oops. So this basically populates the URL. Right, and it takes the project name. We have that somewhere. Yeah. And then the deployment name. Cool. So then let's call our AI client, and needs to be get answers, right? And then as parameters, we give it we don't want this one. We want the user, the string one. Yeah. Question, and then the project. Yeah. Okay. And we don't need anything else. And then we get back a response of answer results. Okay. And response. Okay. And then let's do a for each. And these are answers are knowledge-based answers. Let's call them answer. In response value dot answers, right? And then let's write them out. The answer, okay. And there's a confidence, I saw. Look at that as well. And let's make that a 2% score. Yep. And then and the source as well is available here, so let's print that out. Here. Okay. Maybe an empty line as well. Oh, I could have done just an N new line there as well. But yeah, fair enough. So this is our main loop. Let's save this and try it out. Okay, our question could be, what is a learning path? Is a learning path. And it comes back with learning paths are collections of training modules that are organized around specific roles like developer, architect, or system admin, or technologies like Azure Web Apps, Power BI, or Xamarin Forms. When you finish a learning path, you've gained a new understanding of different aspects of the technology or role you're studying. You also get an achievement trophy, confidence 100%, and the source is the frequently asked questions. And then if we would say something like thanks, you're very welcome, and you can see this is the friendly chit chat that's coming back to us. And then, how do I get a certification? Maybe log into your Learn profile, select credentials, select certification to see all your certifications. Not very high confidence with that one. Fair enough. The correct answer would be study and then go take the exam, right? All right, then let's do it again in Python. I'm just going to keep the app settings here so I can easily copy stuff over. And in Python, we are here. And let's go into the directory. Just do it from here. Quit this one. Python. Yeah. And then let's install Azure -AI language question answering. And then let's set up the .env here. So we need the AI services endpoint. It's this one. and then E. There we go. We should be set up properly. Now we can close this stuff and go and take a look at our Python code. All right, again, we need to start by importing stuff. So we need, from Azure, we need core credentials. Key. Yeah, maybe I can't even. Oh, yeah, I'm totally messed up here. It's better. And then we need from Azure.ai language.question answering. The question answering client. Perfect. Okay. So here we're reading in the configuration. That's okay. And we need to create the client. And for that we need the credential. Azure key credential. Give it AI key. And then we need the client. That's a question answering client. And yeah, endpoint. Endpoint. And then credential is credentials. That's it. Okay. So then we have to put the main loop here. So let's just do the same stuff that we did previously. So user question is an empty string. And then while true, user is input. Let's make it like a new question, new line, and then if that user question lowercase equals quit. Let me break. And then we get the response back from the client. Response AI client. And let's get answers. And where are you? Not this one. We want one where we have a question. Which is the user question. And then we have a project name. Yeah, that is the AI project name. This one. And then we have a deployment. That is the AI deployment name. Yeah. Okay, so this should work. So then let's go through the answers. Response answers. Let's print the answer. And then let's print the confidence again. Oops. Format plus candy confidence, and then we also print the source. And source, yes. Okay, so this should work. Let's see if it does. Okay, it's asking us a question, so let's do the same thing. What is a learning path? Oops. So it's giving us the same answer with high confidence. Now we just change, we're just printing out the confidence as the floating point number instead of the percentage that we did with C#. But like otherwise it's the same. This is from the chit chat. Yeah, it seems to be working. So again, thanks for listening to me. Hope you enjoyed the lab. Remember to remove your language resource and specifically the AI search resource to make sure that you can do the future labs as well. Thanks again and see you in the next. Till then.